Hey, everybody, we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest this evening is an Academy Award-nominated actor. He's appeared in numerous films, including Do the Right Thing, Moonstruck, and City Hall. Now you know him, folks, as Delaventura, Private Eye. Please welcome the one and the only Danny Aiello. It's not often we have a guest come right out and hit Andy.
No, I didn't hit him. I love Andy. Sensational.
Yeah, if I had been hit, I wouldn't be here.
You mean you'd have disappeared into dust?
Or I just would have left.
Yeah. Ow!
Oh, I'm going.
What happened? How are you?
I'm fine. Fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing real good. Let's talk about the show. Let's talk about Delaventura.
Okay.
This is a show, because we're here in New York. This show is based,
in New York City.
We're in New York City right now. But your show takes place in New York City, and you've made an effort to capture a lot of the realism of New York. Is that right?
Well, 70% of our shooting is exterior, all New York City. My feeling was if I did a show in New York, I truly wanted to see New York. Many of the shows that pretend to be New York shows are simply 2 weeks here, do exterior, and then run back to California. That's not the case here.
Right, you see like two detectives working someone over, and there's a palm tree outside the window.
That's well, it's not happening in our case.
And you try and get the sounds of New York. You pride yourself on using the real sounds of New York City in the show.
Whenever it's possible, as long as something strident does, such as a screaming person falling off a building or something, we would...
That's 80% of the sound in New York City.
Not really.
I'll kill you, pal. You cut me off.
At the very beginning, we did a lot of that sort of semi-violence things, a lot of punches and so forth. Now we're getting more in the drama and comedy. I think we have an A story, which is based in reality.
Right.
We have a B story, which is like based in human interest. It's kind of
I wanted to talk about how the show changed, because you, in the beginning of the show, you used to run around a lot. Yes. And some of us noticed that you were running constantly on the show.
Yes, I did.
You'd always see Danny Aiello as Delaventura running all the way across Manhattan. Like, there's a crime. I'm on 14th Street. There's a crime up at 125th Street, and you'd run the whole way. And then you'd get there, and no sweat.
Never sweat. I always wanted to be a guy who never... I hate sweat. Don't you hate sweat? True. I hated it.
Yeah,
I used to sweat. When I was doing movies, I was doing a lot of movies, and I take great pride in thinking I was a movie actor before doing television. And what you did in movies was to be as method as it was humanly possible to be. If I had a scene where I had to be tired, before I went into frame, I would run for 15 minutes to get myself exhausted, only to look at myself on the screen and sweat. But you notice, usually that's when I was supporting a leading man. The leading man who was running with me in that same spot went on a scene, never sweat. And I said, I don't want to sweat. So if I do television, I'm going to run and run and run and not sweat.
So even if there was a scene that required you to be in a steam room for 50 minutes,
didn't make a difference.
You'd be in there like wearing a tuxedo, perfectly dry.
Absolutely.
I think I've had a nice steam.
That's true.
Now, last night's episode, there's something funny happened, I understand. Last night's episode involved a racehorse, some trouble at the racetrack, and there's a scene with you and a racehorse, and I understand something kind of unpleasant happened during the filming of this scene.
He passed wind.
What? Who did?
He knocked me right out on...
The horse did?
Out of the paddock on... No,
Seriously?
actually, he stepped on my foot.
The horse stepped on your foot?
He stepped on my foot. I was being made up at the time.
What story am I supposed to believe here? I mean, why is one, like, more believable than the other?
I actually thought that passing wind would be funny, but it wasn't for your audience.
No.
But what he did was...
I thought it was one of those New York sounds you were talking about.
I think that's what it was. Absolutely. Well, he did.
The horse stepped on your foot?
He stepped on me, and I felt terrible. There were about 200 people around. I loved this particular horse.
And you're shooting the scene.
Was shooting the scene, and I didn't want to yell out. You know, Delaventura is not a coward. He does not yell out.
He doesn't sweat, and when a horse steps on him, he does not scream. Okay, I'm getting to understand the character here.
He stepped on my foot, and it was a terrible thing, and I didn't want to scream out. I thought it was ridiculous, but he was I didn't know how to get him off my foot. So I put my hand on his hiney as if to give him a little shove.
And this is where the passing wind comes into the equation. Yeah. I see. There is
knocked me right out onto the track. No, but what he did was he excused himself. He picked up. I could not get my foot out because he embedded it so deeply into the sand that when he did lift his foot, I tried to go back. He went back on my foot. So he busted my toe. It was a slight break.
You're being like out of bed. You weren't mad or anything?
I wasn't, because I loved the horse and I knew he felt as bad as I felt. I truly mean that. I felt
so
terrible
sweet.
Because they had.
Are you that way? Like if a shark is attacking you, would you be like, "Hey, that shark! I can't hold it against him." Go ahead, have a nosh. Yeah.
You know, there are two animals that I do love dearly with all my heart, and I show as much compassion and sensitivity as I could possibly. Besides dogs and cats, are horses and deer.
Deer? You like deer?
I love them. When I look at them, there's nothing more beautiful than a deer, and it's just me.
Right.
You know, it's just the way I
When
feel.
you see a deer head, like in a motel or something, do you weep or anything?
It wipes me out.
So you won't hang your head on
I might very well break into tears.
Seriously?
No, well, not seriously, but...
I just want to keep pushing him until I get to the truth. That's the essence of this.
What about venison?
No, I wouldn't eat it.
You wouldn't eat it?
No, it's not for anything. I don't like venison.
Delicious.
Well, not for me.
We're going to get you to eat venison before this show is over.
I won't do it, I promise.
What about horse meat?
I've probably done that.
You did that,
yeah. I've been to Hong Kong. I think I ate dog. I'm not sure.
Yeah, no. Just go to any fast
Terrible,
food
isn't it? Where
restaurant.
did that come from?
We want to show a clip. We came across this clip today.
Is this going to embarrass me?
Yes, it will.
Okay.
No, people have to see this, because I can't believe you did this. You don't seem like the kind of guy, and I think you should be applauded for this. This is a clip from the film, the Altman film, Pret-a-Porter.
Pret-a-Porter, ready to wear.
Right, that's right. And I think we should just show the clip first and talk about it afterwards. Because I want to take a walk down memory lane. Just take a look at this. This is Danny Aiello as you've never seen him before.
You are beautiful. You look beautiful tonight.
You do, because you are shopping something else. No one shops like my Louise.
Now, I have a question.
Embarrassed.
No, you weren't embarrassed. You did it. Now, you are, I mean, you're a man's man. And you're a guy who I think probably had some reservations about doing that.
Yeah, Robert Altman talked me into it.
Right. Now, once you started to get into the costume, what did you realize about yourself? What conclusions did you come to?
We were in Paris shooting the film. We were there for about 12 weeks, and when he talked me into doing this, I was really concerned. I said, I can't do this. You know, heterosexuality, all this.
Right.
I said, neighborhood I come from, you wear a dress, you're liable to get smacked. I mean, if you're a man wearing a dress. You had to live there, trust me.
Yeah.
I was staying at this hotel in Paris off Champs-Élysées called Carré d'Or. And I would be by myself about 2 o'clock in the morning trying to get enough courage to put on high heels, which I knew I had to be proficient in before going on and walking up those stairs.
It's tough to put them on the first time, yeah.
Absolutely.
And then you do it, and it's like, hey, this is okay, and then next thing you know, you're wearing them under the desk during the show.
Absolutely. I was playing... I was playing a cross-dresser in the show, but I had to show on the screen as if I had been doing it for a long period of time. So it necessitated my practicing and practicing. And in doing so, I happened to have my BVDs on, and I had nothing else on, and I'm walking back and forth. And I put the high heels on. And I was walking toward the mirror, life-size mirror. And I looked at myself. And I turned around. You know how they look back at themselves? As I was walking, I had the most gorgeous legs that I've ever seen. And not only were they gorgeous, now I'm roaring, wanting to get into this. And Robert Altman dresses me in a costume that made me look like, God knows, it was the ugliest. I looked like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
No!
I was the ugliest 6'5" woman you've ever seen in your life. And I think Terry Garr, who played my wife, was great, as you know, Terry. We were doing a scene at the table, which you didn't get into. She says, oh, my goodness, you look so familiar. You look beautiful. You look a little bit like Barbara Streisand today. Which I said, do I really, darling?
Yeah.
But you had to be there. It was great, and I had a lot of fun doing it.
Changed your life profoundly,
it really
I can
did,
see.
for at least a half hour.
Which is enough. Della Ventura is, of course, Thursdays.
No, it isn't. I'm sorry. We're going to Tuesday nights.
Well, they didn't tell me that. It says here Thursdays.
It'll be this Tuesday.
So it's never going to be on Thursday again?
No, never again. It's Tuesday night, and can I say something, Conan? I apologize for it. This is the show. This is a dream that I had of ever doing television. I wanted to do a miniature It's a Wonderful Life. Doing something without curse words, a lot of miracles, a lot of laughter, and a lot of good feeling, a lot of good philosophical things. This is the show. I was able to complete this. If this show goes off the air soon or later, I'll always know in my heart that I was able to complete one thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to send a beautiful Christmas card out each year, and that Christmas card is this show, the show that we shot for this Tuesday. You must watch it. I don't do this, but I want you to watch this show for its miracles. There are 3 of them. I promise you it's going to knock you out. It's a beautiful show about laughter and good spirit, no violence, just beautiful stuff. Trust me. Write me, tell me you hated it if you did, but I promise you, you're going to love it.
No, that's okay.
Thanks, man.
No, Okay, it sounds like a good one. You could have worked in one curse word. You could have tried something. Come on.
I couldn't do it.
All right. Della Ventura is Tuesdays at 10 o'clock on CBS. Danny Aiello, thanks so much for stopping by. Really nice to have you with us. Dr. Joyce Brothers coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.